Hello. If can hear me, press 555. If can hear me, press 555.
Wow, Joven, you scare me. Your hello, I thought how come Jinlong is in? It's so scary.
Yeah, welcome back to Life Changer Day from Singapore. Today is the last day and also the conclusion day. So today we will be talking about complaint and also Janet is going to share her topic later at 8:30. So without further ado, let us welcome Jonas to talk about the business point of view of the complaint. Jonas, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Joven. Okay, so good evening to everyone. Hope that everyone is well, and thank you so much for taking the time to come for tonight's session, this Zoom session. Okay, now before I get started on the plan, yeah, I'm just very curious, lah. Yeah. Because a few people had actually asked me this, in the last few weeks or even, in the last 1 or 2 months. They say, hey, with this change in our, a life wave comp plan, to this, us calling it comp plan 2.0, say, how does that fare with our competitors? Okay, with the other players, in the direct selling space. So today I just thought about that question and say, hey, don't know, man, let me go and find out. So I actually reached out to my good friend. Now my good friend is ChatGPT. And yeah, so I actually, right, because ChatGPT has all the information, all the knowledge base inside. So I thought, maybe it's a good reference point. Yeah. Now I'm just very curious here. Well, we've got 42 people here now. Who would like me to show you what came out from ChatGPT when I asked the question on our comp plan versus the rest of the direct selling industry? Yeah. So if you are keen, can you just type in the chat group? We do 888 this time. Okay. So people, everyone keen, huh? Okay, so you want to hear. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to share my screen now. I hope you can see it. Okay, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, type 111, please. Okay, now with ChatGPT, it's if for some of you who have used it before, you know that it's garbage in, garbage out, or rubbish in, rubbish out. So, so this is my prompt. Yeah. So if you can read it, I'm going to read it out to you, right? So my prompt to ChatGPT is, act like the direct selling industry compensation expert and do a deep level comparison of Live Wave Compensation Plan 2.0, just launched on 27 October 2025. With the top 20 direct selling companies in the world. Compare segment by segment and be truthful with the good, bad, and ugly. Compare the product introduction bonus, level earnings bonus, binary bonus, mentor matching bonus, business launch bonus, breakthrough incentive schemes, business pre-launch bonus, trip incentives, and quarterly in leadership pool. Yeah. So I'm very specific here. In my instruction to them, I want them to be truthful, so really, if there's things, that are not so good, I think, all of us should know as well. Okay, so the output from oh, by the way, so, this Copilot, you can actually change this. I don't know if you can see, there's a quick response, there's a think deeper, okay? So I chose think deeper because I wanted them to do more research to come out with answers, that are frank and truthful, okay? So, okay, so Live Wave Launch Compensation Plan 2.0 with a stated aim of 9 ways to earn. So, okay, so they're on the right track already because they mentioned, and we all know that there's 9 ways to earn, yeah? Okay, so the methods and benchmark. So its benchmark come from the industry-wide norms, global 100 top 20 company behaviors, so rank bonuses, fast start bonuses, and all. So they got the information from our website, and so you can see the third bullet point. That they're comparing with the big boys, yeah, the Amways, the Herbalife, New Skin, Forever Living. These companies are Amway, Herbalife, New Skin, Forever Living. They are, what's that? At least $5 billion or more. Yeah. Amway being the oldest company, so very, very well established company. So all this, by far, they are bigger than LifeWave. LifeWave is we are not $1 billion yet. So let's see how we fare. Yeah? Okay. So product introduction bonus. So this is what they say. What LifeWave offers, it is an industry norm. But interestingly, you look at the second bullet. It says here that most top companies blend retail margins, fast start bonuses, and customer volume rewards rather than a pure immediate sign-up pay. Emphasis is often on a sustainable repeat customer revenue rather than a one-time front loads. So a lot of us assume, oh, PIB, that should be something that's very common, in many other companies. But apparently not, yeah. So our PIB is different from what we get. Let's say when we bring in a retail customer, yeah, it is actually segregated. But in this, from what ChatGPT is telling us, there are many companies out there, including the big ones, that they actually merge, okay, the retails with, the fast start bonuses, i.e., the equivalent of PIB. Very interesting here, okay? So the good, strong early payouts improve new rep retention, yada, yada. The bad, front-loaded payouts shift pressure to rapid sign-up sales. This just means that, okay, we have become more performance-oriented, more performance-driven, yeah? So there is, a certain risk there because, if it's not paired with strong customer retention mechanics, it can encourage transactional behavior. But if, our management, has ensured that it is an entire ecosystem, that they have created that encourages, the behavior of our behavior, and the behaviors, of the other BPs, so that, it is congruent to the intention of LifeWave, which is all about both, rewarding the BPs as much as they can, as fast as they can, as well as being able to sustain that model for as long as we can. Okay, so the ugly, product quality, okay. So these are the usual, things have to be right, things have to be consistent. You cannot have, product quality issues, and be able to sustain, this kind of pay model. Yeah. Okay, so level earnings bonus. Again, second bullet here, top companies use unilevel, hybrid, matrix, whatever. Yeah. So as a leader, income progression. Okay. So the good is multiple advancement paths let more people qualify for meaningful earnings. So we are on the right track with with the introduction of the level earnings bonus. Okay. The bad, there's some people, who find it complex, but to me, I don't understand why they will find it complex at all, because to me, the level earnings bonus is actually one of the more straightforward ones. But having said that, this is new, so there's many people who are still, I suppose, you're so used and familiar, with the old system, that getting used to this one, it probably take, a little bit more time, give yourself, some weeks or months, but you'll get there. Okay. So the ugly, if earnings are diluted across many micro tiers, top leaders may feel under compensated. So again, this just says, that we need to be focused, with what we are doing. And we cannot, be all over the place, so if we are focused and we are intentional with what we are doing, then we should be fine. Okay. So binary bonus here, all right. Now it makes reference to 60%, but the 60% should actually be not only confined to binary bonus, but it's our entire overall plan. But interesting also to note, that, yeah, our binary is around there. It is already ahead, of some of the bigger companies because their binary bonus payout, is anywhere between 45 to 55 from other sources. I've actually heard, that it's about 40%, to about 55%, okay? So it says here the good, a binary with an aggressive cap. So if you look at our capping, it is very aggressive because right at the top, it is $25,000 per BP. Yeah. So, it is actually a very generous capping. Okay. Okay, so I won't go through. Okay, now mentor matching bonus is very interesting. Yeah. Because it says here that it is an industry norm where the many firms do provide leadership overrides for qualified leaders, but few actually provide. If you look at the second bullet again, few provide strong, transparent matching tied to measured mentorship activity. Yeah, so to me, when I read that, I said, that's very interesting, yeah, because leadership overrides, is something that was already in the old system in any case, with the matching bonus. But in this case, it is linked very much to the behavior of the leaders that LifeWave wants to be able to attract and to be able to cultivate and grow. So the good, rewarding active mentorship aligns incentives to leadership development. So again, this comes back to the congruence, which gives us the assurance, that as long as we stick to that, things will not go wrong. There won't be overpaying or, some other issues that could arise. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think the rest you can read. It's very interesting. But do type in, and find out for yourself. Yeah. So there's the rest also with this, business launch bonus, and there's good stuff that they say about this. Again, the good is powerful onboarding tool, drives early traction and gives coaches, something concrete to support new reps. Again, this could, some of the bad stuff here is that, yeah, okay, some people could adopt a more transactional type of behavior, but this is just part of the arsenal. Yeah. So the ugly, it says here, when companies lean too heavily on launch bonuses. But if you see here, I mean, when you say lean too heavily, it means, that the launch bonuses are super attractive, giving a few $100s. But in our case, we are quite moderate, right? Because we want to be able to encourage, hence, that $25 and the $50 per week for new joinees. Okay, which I think, it's a reasonable amount because we're talking about between $225 to $450 at the end, of that certain number of weeks, that 9 weeks. Yeah. Breakthrough incentives. Okay, this one is also very interesting. Okay, so it says here, the industry norm, rank advancement cash bonuses exist, but are typically smaller and tiered more conservatively across top companies. Multi-six-figure event bonuses are rarer in the global 100. So in the global 100 companies, we stand out. Okay. So the good, so it said these are all headline numbers, yeah, but this is real, right? Because the company has already made a commitment. So anybody who ranks up from a 3-star executive to a presidential or 1-star presidential, or from a 1-star to a 2-star presidential, it is a guarantee, that they will be entitled to this bonus. Of course, subject to the payment conditions. Okay. Okay, so these are the key highlights. Okay, I put in also the relaunch bonus, that we have right now until the 4th and 5th of January. So I just wanted to also find out, what they thought about this, and the comments were also quite favorable. If you look at it, it says under the third bullet, encourages retention of IP, i.e., the existing people are not left out. They don't only look after the new people who are coming in, but they also acknowledge and want to be fair and reward, the existing people who will be putting in the effort, want to be, that performance-driven success leader. Okay. Okay, then trip incentives. Okay, so this, I think it's a norm, so there's nothing much to shout about. Quarterly leadership bonus as well. I think, it's more or less a norm. So how do we fare? Yeah. And what are so this is the summary, okay? So distinct advantages for LifeWay 2.0, aggressive early earnings, explicit mentor matching, reaction incentives, yada, yada. Okay, while there are some, structural risks, but that is to be managed by management, okay? And the market posture versus top 20, okay, we are actually, in a very good state, okay? Okay, so I want to go to this part here. Where is it now? Yes. So I asked him a further question, yeah? So how would you rank LifeWave's new compensation plan 2.0 against the top 20 direct selling companies? So how are we ranked? So they broke it down still by, some of the segments, yeah? So you look here, compensation generosity and headline incentives out of the top 20 companies. And by the way, we are not in the top 20 companies, we are, I don't know, I mean, in terms of when I say when they refer, to top 20, it is actually by revenue size, by market capitalization. So if we go by market capitalization, I think we are ranked what, 300 or something, maybe, I mean, if we are top 100, it's probably like, 60, 70, 80. We're not in the top 20. But if we compare against the top 20, in terms of compensation generosity, we are already the ranked fifth, okay, according to ChatGPT. The new rep early earnings and recruitment appeal, we are ranked third out of the 20. Can you look, amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Mentor leadership development incentives, we are ranked fourth, okay. Short-term sustainability area, 14. But you look here, what is amazing is that we outrank quite a few of the top 20 companies from a compensation perspective. Okay. So do you find that interesting? No, if you find that this is interesting and you all of a sudden feel, wow, man, I'm so proud, to be part of LifeWay. Can you give me a 777 in the chat group, please? Yeah, okay. Well, why only 1777? Come on. Well, I see one with a lot of sevens. Okay, 3 sevens is enough. Yeah. Okay, now okay, I'm gonna stop share for this one. Now, do you find that information actually quite interesting? Yeah. I don't know why it never occurred to me to actually do a research, using ChatGPT, but today I did, and I'm so glad that I managed to do that. Yeah. Okay, so now, unless you have any other questions pertaining to what I just shared with you, we're just going to jump into our Complan 2.0 right now. Now, rather than me running through, from top to tail, yeah. Okay, Eleanor says, amazingly positive. Yes, yeah. I tell you, my heart skipped a beat when I looked at this, and that's why I wanted to show it to you, and I wanted to also show you the prompt, yeah, because I can easily just prompt it, to make ChatGPT only give me the good, yeah. But I prompted ChatGPT to tell me the truth and to give me the very plain, objective answer, yeah, whether it is good, whether it's bad, or whether it is really, we're in a sorry state, okay? So we are really in good shape right now. We should be so positive, so optimistic, and we should be looking forward, now Meredith said this last week when she came, regarding the Complan 2.0, she made this statement. She says, as long as we work the plan will work for us. Okay, so all we needed to do here, or all we need to do here, is to make sure that we do our part. And our part, frankly speaking, it's all about just sharing LifeWave. Okay. Yeah. So as long as we share and we learn the skill sets to share more effectively, then a lot of the bonuses there, and even the very top bonuses, all these are within reach, yeah, very much within reach. Okay. Okay, now, any questions? Any questions that you would like to ask me? Like I said, rather than me asking, I would like to take questions. Yesterday, I did share until I think, the levels earning bonus, right? So I hope that everyone is clear. Okay, firstly, with the PIB. Okay, secondly, with the level earnings bonus. Thirdly, with the business launch bonus. And now, with the business relaunch bonus. Now, just on these 4 things alone, okay, are there any questions, that you need, that you need some clarity on? 有没有? Don't have, huh? Okay. Okay, now, so let's move on to the binary, yeah? So on the binary side of it, are we clear, or do you want me to run through again, how you qualify for the binary, and the other involved? Okay, all right, so, okay, so let's do that. All right, Ken, huh? Let me just extract my file. Oops. Okay, share. Sorry, I got so many files here. Yeah. Okay, it should be this one. Okay, so where is the binary? Okay, so let's look at the binary. Yeah. Okay, so how does one qualify for the binary commissions? Yesterday I mentioned that, okay, let's look at this, on the left side, the column, looking at the rank title, okay, brand partner, active brand partner, 1-star manager, 2-star managers, the binary does not apply to you, okay? So only when you are a 3-star manager, then, the binary would apply to you. But in order for you to be a 3-star manager, you need, to be able to maintain, your personal volume needs to be 110. Your qualified downline volume, your QDV, needs to be at 2005. Yesterday, I hope, some of you, would have come. So 2005, essentially, you just need, for instance, like, what's that, 5 of advanced, sorry, not 5, 10, well, more than that. Okay, 2005 divided by 300 points. Okay, so how many advanced you need, or if other combinations. Okay, and the other thing that you need here, this is where we talk about volume link. So when it comes to manager 1, manager 2, there's no need at all, we don't worry too much, about where we're going to put the people. In fact, to achieve, 1-star manager, 2-star manager, even your own, let's say, you decided to buy in bulk, yeah, and it comes to 1,500 PV, it's okay, yeah, then you become, that 2-star manager already, okay? So the only difference, big difference, between the 2-star manager, 3-star manager is that, you need, to have, at least, that 1 or 2 purchases on one leg, yeah, amounting, to that 1,000, and then, you qualify, as a 3-star manager. So as a 3-star manager, then, you will get into the first level, which is, the 5% of binary that's payable. So it is 5% of the points here. Okay. So that is the binary 3-star manager. And then, when you get to the 1-star director, that's where we encourage people, that you want to rank up, and the company's system right now is to reward those people, who are performance driven, who I use the term, that the sweet spot, frankly, it's 1-star director and above, 1-star director at least, okay? Because at the 1-star director, you enjoy a binary, of 7%, of the points that you earn on the pay leg, on the week leg, okay? Now, the other aspect, is there's a big difference that's changed, from the old system, is that right now, the binary is based, on 300 points on each of the legs, as opposed, to previously, where it was 660 on the power leg and 330 on the pay leg, on the weaker leg. So right now, it is 300, 300, okay? So the ratio has changed, is now, a 1-to-1 ratio. So let's look at a 1-star director. So for the 1-star director, we are looking at, what's that? Still, that 110 in terms of PV, but in terms of QDV, you're looking, at 5,000 from, that 2005 when you're a 3-star manager. Be aware as well about the maximum volume rule. Okay. Now, if you look at it on 3-star manager, there is no maximum volume rule. That the MVR only kicks in when you're 1-star director, because it means, that you are going to have the 2 legs already. Okay. So 1 leg, the maximum points that the company will consider, is that 2005. Okay. So now, moving on to that volume leg. Right now, you need, that 2 legs of 1,000 points each. Now, the good thing with this is that the 2 legs can actually be coming from that same leg. It doesn't need, to be left or right. Okay. So how do you actually make money? But, so if you look further here, there is still the requirement of that outside largest leg volume, the OLXL, right? So as I explained yesterday, you have the 2 legs, and the OLXL would be all other people whom you have sponsored, but they add them together and it becomes, the OLXL. So, or to explain it another way, the OLXL is actually outside of your 2 largest legs. Okay, so your 2 largest legs will form your volume leg, and then everything else, some call it the 3rd leg, but that's probably not the right term for it. The OLXL is just, accumulation of all other accounts, that you have sponsored, and it has to meet certain requirements here for a 1-star director, which is also 1,000 points. Okay. And then the introduction of the binary balance. Yeah. So the binary balance, just means that you need then, to ensure that all your points, you would have, at least that 1,000 on your right leg and the 1,000 on your left leg. So it doesn't matter if your 1,000 is from your right leg, exactly, from your volume leg, or 2, at the volume leg, and then, your OLXL, it's on your power leg, and then it balances, to that 1,000. That's fine. Okay. Okay. So with the 2-star, 3-star directors, yeah, the key difference here is the QDV. Yeah. So it increases here, yeah, from 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000. And of course, with the maximum volume rule, that applies. And then, the other difference here is that then the requirements, in terms of your volume leg, would also increase from 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000, as well, as the outside volume leg. You'll see, that it corresponds, the OLXL and the binary balance actually corresponds, to the requirement, on the volume leg as well. Okay. So now, I'll just touch, very quickly on the 1-star executives. Yeah. So the 1-star executive, the key difference here is the personal volume. So the personal volume changes from 110 to 200. So 1-star executive onwards after that, in terms of maintaining, your personal volume is at 200. Okay. So the good news is that this 200 can be from all your personal purchases. It could also be, from your retail customers or customers who are, or people, who are on preferred customer plus. Okay. Okay. So, if there is there any questions on the binary leg anybody wants to ask? Okay. Now, the mentor matching bonus, I'll just state, some of the key differences here, yeah. Why it is so attractive is because now, the mentor matching bonus is a percentage of both your binary earnings as well as your level earnings, earnings from the level earning bonuses. Okay. But the key here, and why I said earlier that your the sweet spot is a 1-star director, is because you only qualify to get onto this mentor matching bonus and to enjoy, the benefits from this if you are a 1-star director. Okay. And you do not enjoy, if your people, are not 1-star director, you do not earn their bonus. So it's congruent from that perspective because, firstly, you want to look after yourself to ensure, that you are in a proper rank and that, you are performance driven, to get there. And you want to be able to help your people as well to get to at least 1-star director. So consistent, with the culture drive, from the company, you will see, that as you progress, your rewards get more. Okay. I think yeah. Now, yes. So the other aspect that is favorable to us here is the fact, that the company has considered that there could be people in between who may not work, may not be active, may not qualify for that. They could be 3-star, they could be 2-star managers, but it's okay, yeah, because this is where the word generation comes in. Yeah, so the company LifeWave, actually considers, that if, like in this example, your first level is only a 1-star manager, your second level is only an active brand partner, the company does not consider, and the third level is a 1-star executive. So, it means, that you enjoy, even though, it's at level 3, okay, you enjoy the bonus, the percentage of a bonus, that this person actually earns, and this person actually becomes your generation 1. Okay. So it means that it skips level. So like also, the level earnings bonus, if somebody is not active in the system itself, it will skip, the person who's not active, who's not bought anything, it goes to the next level. So for those of us who's enjoying, the level earnings bonus as well, as a mentor matching bonus, we actually are able to see names, that probably, some of us, like myself, I've not even seen those names before, but it's because previously there were people who are inactive, but the system did not allow did not allow me to earn, the bonuses of these active people who were under, those other people. Okay, but now, we are able to do that. Okay. So that's the mentor matching bonus. Okay, so I'm just going to end with this mentor matching bonus here, seeing it's already past 8:30. If you look at it in red, yeah. So this is where the rewards become increasingly attractive the higher level, the higher ranking we get, yeah. So at 1-star level, okay, you enjoy, that 5%, yeah, which is generation 1. But then, the moment you're a 2-star director, you enjoy 7, and then, there's a second generation as well, so it's actually 12% that you enjoy. So if you look here all the way to the end, as it's a 3-star presidential, essentially you enjoy the 20% plus 18% plus 15, 12, 10, 7, which adds up to 82%, you know. So that is extremely, extremely generous, okay? And this is per brand partner, okay? So, and there's no limits to it. So, but there is a limit to the, in terms, you know, of the max per brand partner. So again, you know, from 500 all the way, you know, to 20,000, but that is per brand partner, okay? Okay, any questions that I can help you guys with? Okay, so if not, now it's 8:35, late by 5 minutes. So I'm going to hand the floor back to Jovan. If you have any other questions, I'll stay around probably for the next half an hour or so. You know, so feel free to drop your question in the chat. Yeah. Okay, Jovan, back to you.
Thank you, Jonas, for the sharing session on the complaint and also give us a deeper knowledge on where does LifeWay rank in terms of the complaint 2.0.